Yeah. That's coming up. Just sitting there, hanging there, be tough. All this stuff at the regime and all the Al Jazeera, where we're not going to call them. I don't know, folks. It's explainable. It's understandable. You know, it's amazing. 1938 is being repeated right before our very eyes. And what we're missing right now is a Churchill. Instead of the Nazis, we have the militant extremists, the militant Islamists. Can't call them that. You can't refer to them in any way that would be offensive or whatever, just like back in 1938. Nobody wanted to hear how bad the Nazis were. And in 1939 and 1940, there was one guy. There was one man trying to warn everybody in Great Britain what they faced, what was dead ahead. It was Winston Churchill, and they mocked him, and they made fun of him, and they laughed at him, and they thought that Neville Chamberlain had the answers, and they invested in Chamberlain. Chamberlain goes, you know the story. He comes back from meeting with Hitler and a promise that Hitler's got no grand designs on Europe. He waves that piece of paper from Hitler, promising not to do it. The next day invades Poland, and it's all over. Churchill been vindicated, but because there'd been a Churchill, and because he'd been on record explaining who these people, even though people discounted him, it's still the record was there. And there are people, I mean, when I say there's no Churchill, I mean there's nobody in elected government now who's willing to go out on a limb. There's all kinds of people in the conservative media. Andrew McCarthy, I think, probably leading the way on trying to get everybody to understand what militant Islam is and who they are and what we're up against. People don't want to face it. They just don't want to admit it. It's just like in 1938, head in the sand kind of stuff. To pretend it's not there, it'll go away. You might have some people here sympathetic to them, but Al Jazeera has just come out now and said, no, we're not going to call them militant Islamists. We're not going to call them extremists. We can't call them terrorists. We can't call them any of the... We can't call them what they are. We're not going to call them what they are. And the regime is saying, we're not going to call them what they are, and we can't call them what they are. Now, your guess is as good as mine as to why. And there are numerous theories that abound, but still scary as it can be. Because the truth right in front of our eyes, these guys tell us who they are every day. These militant terrorists not just tell us who they are every day, they show us. They do what they say they're going to do. They're going to behead somebody, they do it. They say they're going to take a town and destroy all the women and children, they do it. And we're running around now, we must respond with diplomacy and smart power and caution and all this happy horse malarkey. It's right in front of everybody what it is. Well, Russia's never going to come to America. I mean, 9/11 was a one-off. They got away with it. It's never going to happen. We can't be policemen of the world. And blah, blah. It's amazing how history repeats itself. It's stunning. In 1938, 1940 is not so far away, not so far gone, that there aren't people alive today who can recall it, who were there. There are plenty of people who can recall it who were there.